fuck with Mom, Santa! Yeah!
Well, Santa Claus is back in town.
Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
Ho, 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 you jolly bastards, and welcome to my land of creamy goodness-pumping candy canes. I mean my so-called show, with candy canes that pump creamy goodness whenever Mrs. Claus shows up.
Yeah.
But moving on, it's the first week of our Christmas review, so it feels fitting to start this Christmas season with the very things we love about Christmas, drunkenly crashing a Christmas party.
Yo ho ho! Merry fucking Christmas!
Murder. And of course, femme fatales. That's right, traitorous whores and psychopathic Billy Bob Thornton gentlemen. This is The Ice Harvest. Released in the UK in February 2006, not December 2005, The Ice Harvest revolves around a lawyer named Charlie Arglist, stealing $2 million from his mobster boss Bill Gerard, played by Randy Quaid, with the help of pornographer and strip club owner Vic, played by Billy Bob Thornton. But their plan to get out of Wichita goes tits up as a blizzard is practically caking their escape route, with more snow than Scarface's office and every Diego Maradona party combined. So Vic looks after the money, and the only plan left is to kill off some time and hope the blizzard clears up soon. But with complications such as Vic's sexy employee, secretary, I think Renita, played by Connie Nielsen, figuring out his plan, a drunk Oliver Platt, one of his boss's enforcers on his tail, Vic looking like he may be a liability. Can Charlie survive the night, or will his simping for Renita be his undoing? The Ice Harvest doesn't exactly invent the neo-noir wheel, and it doesn't top Harold Ramis's previous work, but it is still a darkly funny, well-paced black comedy, with every actor elevating what could have been another standard crime comedy. And Ramis does do a pretty decent job sucking you into this bleak, seedy town. From the rundown areas covered in snow, sleazy joints covered in Christmas decorations, to the uniformed policeman politely showing up, being a nice guy while also asking Charlie to help him get on Gerard's payroll. It's funny while also establishing just how rotten this town is. The characters aren't exactly likeable, but I feel that was the point. Christ, we are pretty much forced to sympathise with a mob lawyer. Would rather hang out in a strip club than spend Christmas with his kids.
He's not my father. He didn't even send us presents this year. I hate his guts.
Steals evidence for a chick he's desperate to bone, and betray his boss. Not someone you want to spend 90 minutes with, but somehow John Cusack manages to almost make Charlie sympathetic. There's a scene where he opens up to Pete, played by Oliver Platt, about the opposing ideals between his father, who was an honest cop, and his uncle, who was a scumbag, which does add context into why he is the way he is.
My father was 54 when he died of a massive embolism right here in Wichita. My uncle died the very next day in a car wreck in California. So the point is, it is futile to regret.
And the fact he's stuck in a corrupt town surrounded by dishonest people doesn't exactly help. And Cusack sells the desperation of a man looking for some meaning to his meaningless existence, something that becomes more apparent when Oliver Platt's character Pete shows up. And man does Platt make an impression as Pete, especially when he and Charlie end up crashing his ex-wife's Christmas dinner. And for anyone who's had a bitch whore wife take everything from them, this must be cathartic. Yeah, it's Platt playing a fat idiot again, but I kinda enjoy him when he plays the fat idiot. And he is sympathetic. In fact, one of the more sympathetic characters. And he ends up being the only one who actually shows a bit of honesty towards Charlie when he confesses to fucking his wife.
Back when you and Sarah Beth were still married that last year, she and I were fucking.
No kidding.
And I do like Charlie's reaction.
Jesus, Charlie, we were friends. Does it make you angry?
Actually, it makes me curious. Makes me wonder who she's fucking now.
They both sell the friendship between these two, and without spelling it out, only establishes Charlie's desperate need to leave this town. Pete is basically who Charlie could be if he doesn't leave Wichita and make a new start. But it also highlights that Charlie still is still has some humanity, especially in comparison to Vic, who is a proper asshole, and man does Billy Bob Thornton look like he's having fun playing his absolute scumbag. Christ, the man happily allows a hitman to kill his wife in order to avoid giving up the $2 million he stole.
But I think he was counting on a level of commitment and affection between her and me that just simply wasn't there.
What a wanker.
He's a good contrast to Charlie, who occasionally still shows some humanity, and we do get a pretty fucking funny but also really grim scene where they have to dispose of Enforcer Earle, who is somehow locked in a box.
Let me out, Office. I'm your only hope.
Actually, you just told me you'd kill me if you got out, Roy.
I didn't mean it.
Sounded like you did.
I was just pissed off.
It's funny because of the situation they have to deal with and how our characters react, and dark because, well, they are forced to kill someone and dispose of them, while also building up that sense of tension and paranoia as you question if Vic intends to do to Charlie what he plans to do to Earle. God, I love it when festive movies emphasise my disgust for humanity, but man, I love it even more when festive movies emphasise my despicable lust for toxic women, and damn, Nelson does not disappoint in that role. Connie Nelson really smolders as the sharp and sexingly cunning, is that a word? Sexy and cunning Renita. From the moment we first see her interact with Charlie, she's already deduced what Charlie has done, and is willing to use him as a meal ticket out of Jaward's clammy hands. Even if it means betraying him, she's a manipulative, seductive, backstabbing bitch, but God does Nielsen sell it. And she steals every scene she's in. The way she delivers her dialogue in that smoky brown voice just drives me wild. God, I could do a lot under the mistletoe with her.
Yeah.
But despite the dark, mean tone, it never forgets the more redeeming parts of humanity, even if it's in small doses, like the stripper falling in love with one of her customers. The strip club owner who, despite being a violent arsehole with mother issues, still finds the time to be a father to his kids during the holidays. And it still remembers to have a moral backbone. Because it's a story about how arrogance and aligning yourself with snakes to help you achieve your goal never really ends well, no matter how smart you are. The film practically starts with things going wrong the minute they pull off the job. They already have people onto them. There's already an intent of betrayal, and it's a shame it didn't do better on release, as it deserves more recognition. The cast is great, the laughs are mean, the characters are despicable but relatable, but if I had to nitpick, it does lack the wit and intrigue of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, another Christmas noir crime comedy that came out a couple of months before.
Randy Quaid sadly doesn't get a lot of screen time, but he does make the most of what little screen time he does have.
And I would have preferred Charlie had one last scene to reconcile with his kids, as it would have made his redemption more impactful. I did like what he did for Pete at the end. That said, it's a dark, violent tale that still warrants a watch, and if despicable characters causing chaos amongst the Christmas scenery is your thing, then The Ice Harvest will certainly not leave you feeling cold.
Ho ho ho! I hope all this dark, mean-spiritedness has got you in the mood for this season. Because next up...
You're mean one. You really are a hero.
Fucking shit! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!